just want to start off this video by thanking Toronto Raptors fans. You guys have been one of the most loyal fan bases and one of the more respectable fan bases in the NBA. You guys let me know in the comments what I said wrong in my use of Nurkic video that I did yesterday, and it was, for the most part, pretty positive. So I appreciate all the support from the last video. And we're going to be doing some more Raptors content in the near future. For the whole month of February, actually, it's going to be mostly Raptors content. I made a promise that if that video got 100 plus views, then I would do Raptors content for the rest of February. So yeah, if you guys like this video, drop a like down below and press the sub button. I really appreciate all you Raptors fans out there. And let's just get into videos. So we got a trade proposal here today talking about Mo Bamba from the Orlando Magic. So the one thing that the Raptors are really missing right now is a big man, and Mo Bamba definitely fits within the time frame of what the Raptors are trying to build. So Mo Bamba, over the season, he's averaging around 10 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's standing at around 7 feet tall and 231 pounds. So the reason I proposed this trade idea is because Mo Bamba is someone that can be bought at a pretty cheap price. You know, we're talking about a first-round pick. I want to say a couple of weeks ago, maybe even like a month ago, there was a report saying that the Orlando Magic were reportedly asking for a first-round pick for Mo Bamba. So if I can find that tweet, I think it was on Twitter or something like that from NBA Central, but if I can find that tweet, I'll probably put it in the video right now. But if I can't, I'll probably try to find some alternative. But yeah, I mean, if you can trade your first-round pick this year to the Orlando Magic for a cheap price and Mo Bamba, who pretty much gives you a lot in the box score, I'm honestly taking it. You know, you guys let me know last night that the GM is not Masai Ujiri, but the Raptors GM is Bobby Webster. So yeah, I mean, that was my bad. I thought Masai Ujiri was the GM. I feel like he was the GM at one point. Probably not, but yeah, so if I'm Bobby Webster, I'm making this Mo Bamba trade because he's been honestly one of the most underrated players this season. You know, he's having a career year from his last 4 seasons. And if we're looking at right now, he's averaging the most amount of points per game in his career, the most amount of rebounds, the most amount of assists, and the highest 3-point percentage shooting, standing at around 35%, which we will get into later. But he's having a pretty average year from the field, shooting at around 47%. And the reason I see Mo Bamba as a great fit for this Toronto Raptors team is because his ability to be a shot blocking center, but also being able to stretch the floor, is something that the Raptors are going to need in the long run. He's basically just a mini Miles Turner, a younger Miles Turner who's around 23 years old. And he just fits in with the time frame. You got Fred VanVleet, who's a vet, basically a vet. Pascal Siakam's basically a vet. Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, all your young players right there. And then bring in a player like Mo Bamba to start at the 5. It would honestly be one of the best fits for the Toronto Raptors through the trade deadline. So honestly, if I'm looking at it right now, the Raptors are probably going to have to give up their 2022 first-round pick. And it makes sense because, you know, the Orlando Magic, they are rebuilding and they're trying to get some more draft capital, some more young pieces. And honestly, getting that first-round pick from the Toronto Raptors, it isn't going to be too valuable because as of right now, the Raptors are in the playoffs. So if we're looking at it right now, it probably is going to be around like the 20th range, but you never know because the 20th range in the NBA draft is usually a hit or miss for most teams. But for the most part, the Orlando Magic, they get another first round pick this year, and trading Mo Bamba, who they have been looking to shop, it just makes sense. But there are obviously some downsides to Mo Bamba. The one real thing is that he's very inconsistent. If we're looking at his last few games, at around the last 10 games, he's been averaging around 10 points per game, 7 rebounds, 0.6 assists on 58 from the field and 47 from 3. Last 10 games has been phenomenal, but if we're looking at like in-depth stats, last game against Memphis, he dropped 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. The game before that, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. He's the type of center that isn't going to score in double digits, but he is going to be someone that can block the ball. So if we're looking at his blocks per game, it's around 2 blocks per game. I think he's one of the leading shot blockers in the NBA right now. And honestly, providing that shot blocking ability to the Toronto Raptors, who already are a great defensive team, it just helps boost their defense to the next level. So I think with the Toronto Raptors, I think Nick Nurse can turn Mo Bamba into maybe a borderline all-star, maybe a star at best, because right now, Mo Bamba, I think the one real thing that's holding Mo Bamba back on the Orlando Magic is that Wendell Carter is there. They have a lot of young pieces, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, who they got in the draft. They got Franz Wagner. They got all these young pieces. And Mo Bamba, him being on the Orlando Magic really just pushes him back in terms of scoring and his usage rate. So the Magic are one of the worst teams in the league. If I check it right now, they are at around 12-42. So they're going to probably end up with another top 5 pick. If they do get the first pick, it's probably going to be Jabari Smith or Chet Holmgren, either one. But yeah, I mean, if you're trading Mo Bamba for a first round pick, if I'm Bobby Webster, I'm taking that trade. But if we're looking at other stats overall, I mean, Mo Bamba, his field goal percentage at around 47% from the field over the season isn't all that bad. 35 from the 3 and 77 from the free throw line. He is pretty consistent in terms of shooting. Last game, obviously not shooting at around 17%. But overall, he's having a career year from basically all of his category stats. And I don't know, he's been one of the more underrated players in the NBA. Obviously, he had that really great game against Joel Embiid where, you know, Embiid dropped a 50-point triple-double. I want to say, I don't think it's a triple-double, but it was probably a double-double. He had around 32 points, which was honestly out of nowhere because, you know, Mo Bamba isn't really known to be scoring a lot of points. You know, he did score 32 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. So, yeah, I mean, Mo Bamba, the thing about this trade is that it's really just a low-risk, high-reward trade. You know, you can trade your first-round pick that isn't going to be too valuable, in return receiving Mo Bamba, who provides you basically almost everything around the court. His shot blocking ability is probably the best thing that they can get out of him out of this trade. So let me know what you guys think about this Raptors trade. I think the fit between Mo Bamba and the Raptors would fit very well because he can stretch the floor, he can shot block. This trade is basically like getting a Miles Turner that isn't a Miles Turner because, you know, Mo Bamba isn't shooting it like Miles Turner. If you look at Miles Turner's stats overall, I won't go too much into Miles Turner because, you know, it's a Mo Bamba video, but we're looking at overall stats. So Miles Turner is shooting it at around 33% from 3. Obviously, he has been injured for the most part. Turner was diagnosed with a stress reaction in his left foot Tuesday and will be re-examined in 2 weeks. So Turner hasn't played a lot of games because, you know, health and safety stuff, but also, you know, injuries like this. But his overall stats are basically better than Mo Bamba. You know, 13 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's leading the league in blocks too at around 3 blocks per game and basically almost a steal a game too. He's shooting a little bit worse from the 3-point line compared to Mo Bamba. It's basically 2% difference, but overall, he's shooting way better. So I see this trade as a mini Miles Turner trade, and I don't think too many Raptors fans would be too mad about this. The one thing that I can really see Raptors fans arguing is that they don't really need Mo Bamba if they can get Miles Turner, which obviously makes sense, but Miles Turner is being valued very high by the Indiana Pacers. They are asking around 2 first-round picks for him, so that might be a little bit too expensive for the Toronto Raptors, especially because I think they have to throw in around like an OG Anunoby type of player from Miles Turner. But if you're looking at the Mo Bamba trade, low risk, high reward, probably only a first-round pick in exchange for Mo Bamba. So yeah, let me guys know what you guys think about this trade. I think this would be a perfect fit for the Toronto Raptors, and go Raptors. So that's the video. I'm JC, and I'm out. Peace.